Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. Been a little longer than I like on my videos here, but I've been having some computer problems and the weather is still pretty poopy, but I've got one little thing here I'm going to do today. It's a short video, but I need to get one up and make sure all my equipment's working again, so I can press on. The next one, I think the weather looks like it's going to straighten up, so maybe I can get into some body work on the Suzuki. So that's my plan here in the next day or two. So right now what I want to do is I've got a new tool that I got from Motion Pro, and I bought this tool. It's not a promotion or anything from them. I like to kind of review these things from time to time and just let you know what I think of it. This tool was about 70 bucks, I think, but it's a dowel pin remover. And in the past, I've used my blind bushing bearing puller, I think is what it's called. And it works pretty good, but a lot of the dowel pins are longer than the puller is. So you can't get behind it. You just get in the middle of it and you're kind of holding on to it and pulling it. So let me get you overhead here and I'll show you what this one looks like, and we'll give it a couple pulls on some dowel pins, just see how it works. Okay guys, this is the dowel pin puller set from Motion Pro, and it's a pretty complete kit, but there are some sizes that they don't include, and they're here. These are not in this kit: a 21, a 19, a 17, a 13.8, and a 12.5 millimeter. The ones that are included are the 8, the 10, the 12, and the 14. And they give you a little slide hammer in here. You can just kind of put this thing together. I think it goes that way. And you just hook it onto it. And the way this thing is made is on the end here, they've got a recess and it's got a bolt through it, and it's kind of a clamping type of outfit here. Once you put this over the dowel pan, then you tighten this bolt and it tightens around it. I've got one here. This one was real easy to pull out. I didn't have to mess with it. But let me just find the one. I think this one is one I've got. Yeah, it's a 12. So you can see that the dowel pan goes in it, and then you take a 6 millimeter and you tighten up around it. And that keeps it, the way it's made, it keeps it from crushing the dowel pan. I don't think you'd ever crush one like this. These are really heavy, but the thinner ones, you could do that. So what you end up doing is you can, if it's really stuck, you can hammer it with the slide hammer like this. And if it's not, you can just stick this through it and just kind of work it. Or you can put a wrench on it here. I don't remember what that size that is. Okay, for these it takes a 14 millimeter for the ones that are in this kit. Oops, I guess 14 on the two bigger ones and probably a 12 is my guess on the smaller ones. Now, there are some that this is not going to fit. And the first one that I found right out of the box is it doesn't fit my vintage Suzuki's. This is a common one on these Suzuki's, and it is a 13 millimeter. And the closest one they have to that is the one of the ones that's not in the kit, and that's a 13.8. But I don't think that's going to fit it. So I think if you've got one of these vintage Suzuki's like this 125, and I think the 250s use this same size, and probably the 185s, it's not going to work for you. So I don't know. At least I can save you the money of buying one by letting you know that it's just not going to do it. 13.8 is a long way from 13, and it 12.5. Oops. 12.5 isn't going to fit it either. So you might want to contact Motion Pro and say, hey, what about us? I'm sure these are made for more of the later modeled ones, and the Yamahas seem to have some that fit. This here is, that's a 9. I don't think it's going to fit that either. The closest one I would have would be the 10, and it's not going to do it. This is a Suzuki also. Okay, so that's not, they're not a Suzuki friendly anyway on the vintage side. Okay, but what we do, let me raise you up here a little bit, just so I can kind of get to the next one I got here. I've had some of these just really, they really get stuck. And you know, I don't know about that. Let me investigate. Well, I guess I really don't have one to pull here. These are all loose on this one. They've come right out. The ones I've been having trouble getting out lately have been these on the AT1 and CT1 Yamahas. And those are the 10 millimeter. And I think what I'll do here, these I have not pulled out. Some of them can be a bear. Just kind of clean up around them, you know, to give this a little bit more of a chance of working. And you just tighten that up. That one was in there pretty good. And it pulled it. Nice job. Let's try the other one here. I've had some that have really been in there tight. Nope, that one wasn't quite as bad. And I kind of got on that one crooked, or maybe it pulled out a little bit. But the good thing about it is it keeps them from flattening them, from squishing them. Well, what I've got right here right now is not what I would really call seized in there good, because some of them I've really had trouble with, but I went through all the extra parts that I had out there, and you know, just looking for some that probably haven't been out in a long time, and this was really all I came up with. So I don't have a real good example at the time, but these were tight. They just weren't real tight. So I think it's probably going to work. But there again, you've got to be cautious of the sizes. So just get your caliper out and check the ones that you've got and make sure that this thing's gonna work for you before you lay out the 70 bucks or whatever it is for it. And I don't know what the additional pullers are sold for. But anyhow, Motion Pro comes out with some pretty good tools, but they're usually kind of expensive, but they're worth it if you need them. So just a little short video. I think it's if you've got the dowel pans that they have the size for, I think it's a good tool. Okay, their part number, Motion Pro, is a 08-0604. So there you have it, guys. If you're a Suzuki owner, you're kind of out of luck. Apparently it's not Suzuki Classic Suzuki friendly. I don't know about the newer ones, but if you're a classic Yamaha guy, 250, 360 Enduro, and 125, 175 Enduro MX, those kind of things, hey, you're in luck, and I think it works pretty good. So hey, thanks for going along on the ride, and we'll see you next video.